Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Baz from Stoic Gaming with the first actual episode of the Stoic Gaming Podcast. We've been saying it's going to be coming for a long time, and it's finally here. So, as I said before, oh yeah, to date. Today is what, the 28th of February, 2015. This is episode one. My name is Baz.
My name is TheDengler.
Rezinate, upper right hand corner. What's up?
Dude,
He already jacked up the order. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Solis.
And,
Hey, man, pilot episode, we're good.
yeah.
it's our first time, you know.
I'm drinking wine out of the bottle. We'll see how it goes.
I
So,
got some brewskis, man.
what's everybody drinking? What you got in that plastic cup there, Dengler?
Some Red Stag with some Pepsi.
And
I'm
Rezinate up
drinking
there.
black IPA by Shipyard.
I'm just drinking a bunch of brewskis. Right now it's just Coors Light, but you know.
I'm gonna have to blur out that Kellogg's logo later.
What?
Thanks for
no,
that.
we're sponsored by Kellogg's.
Don't say that shit. All
All
right.
Get sued, dude. Come on.
So so basically that's who we are, and we're gonna shoot the shit about video games for the next give or take an hour, and try not to faceplant our keyboards from alcohol poisoning before the end of that hour comes.
Yo, first rule here. Anytime someone interrupts somebody, they got to drink, all right? Just so you guys know.
Cool. I like it.
Hey,
There's
man,
first rule.
I can't participate in these
Oh,
drinking
well,
games.
that's the
I have
first
to
one,
work
Charlie.
tonight.
You work at a bar, don't you?
Yes.
Well, you can be
So
good
it's
drunk,
okay to
whatever.
drink.
They won't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They can't tell.
All right. So
Yeah, dude, if I had that job, I would just show up plastered. I got to drink.
first things first, we're gonna talk about video games now. All right, guys. That's kind of what we're here for, right?
Yes, sir.
Ish. I am
Ish,
enjoying
ish,
this
ish,
fucking
ish.
bottle. But yeah, so what's going on? What's going on in the news lately? Blizzard's got Overwatch coming out, which I'm super fucking excited for.
I don't even know what that
Yes.
game's about. Tell me more about that, please.
You want me to take this one, Rez, or you got this?
All I know about it is it's going to be like an arena type shooter. Kind of looks like it's a little bit inspired by Team Fortress, maybe. I haven't really looked that much into it, so
All right, yeah. What I've gathered out of it, I've done a little bit of research on it, and what I've gathered out of it is this is the leftovers from the failed experiment that was Project Titan for the most part. So what I'm gathering is probably they had this huge superhero slash whatever first person shootery MMO that they were working on for the last like 5 years now. Resonate Titans being
yeah,
babbled
something
about.
like that.
So they finally last year canceled it and said, hey, we're not doing it. They rebooted it like twice, and they're like, we're done. And nobody even knew what it was. They just knew it was kind of a superhero-y first-person shooter MMO, new IP. And I'm sure they spent a couple $100 million to cancel the game, and I'm pretty sure Activision stuck a foot in that ass and was like, you're going to do something with those assets, man. So I think they took those assets, because it was only like, 3 or 4 months later they announced Overwatch, and it was very similar to what they'd been talking about. My prediction is it's probably going to go free to play, and you're going to buy skins and characters and a la League of Legends, Dota.
Yeah, that would be the smartest move, honestly. I mean, that just seems to be the trend that a lot of games like that are going nowadays.
Yeah, I feel like they're just going to go head to head with like Team Fortress and CS:GO and everything else out
Yeah.
there.
Well, we'll see how. I don't think they're going to be in the same genre quite as Counter-Strike because, I mean, Counter-Strike's a monster right now. It's only growing, so.
But let's be honest here. I mean, we're talking Blizzard, who's basically the Apple of fucking video games.
Pretty much.
Like,
That's a pretty good comparison,
I
I
don't-
would say.
yeah, they don't create anything, but they fucking sure as hell perfect it and bring mass market to concepts. I'd love to see them do a zombie survival game, but that's a talk for another day.
Oh, God. Not another zombie survival
No,
game.
I think
Done
that's the
right!
last
I don't
thing
know.
they need.
Hold up. I just want one. I just want one to be finished. Is
Yeah,
that, all right, like
you're
there's
right about that.
what is there like 20 of them on the
Yeah.
market now, and there's not a single one of them that's gone gold, that's finished. They're all early alphas, early releases, dead projects, and then there's DayZ, which is a fucking joke at this point.
Oh, okay. It's got this beta, Heroes of the Storm now. What is that about?
Heroes of the
Yeah,
Storm.
I don't know really what it's about. All I know it's similar, you know.
So here's the Storm. I've been playing Here's the Storm lately, another Blizzard game, of course, and they basically took a MOBA and stripped out all of the
Tediousness.
the tediousness of it. They got rid of items. They took away personal achievement, which I think was really intelligent. So instead of everybody having individual levels and that one loser on your team's level 4 while everybody else is level 9, the team has a level instead of everybody having their own levels. So as you gain experience, you're not gaining personal experience, you're gaining team experience, and it kind of takes away from people constantly nitpicking, I'm doing better than you, I'm doing better than you, I'm doing better than you, and it allows people who fucking suck at the game like myself to hide pretty well and achieve, so that's good. but yeah, so it's polished, it's
So-
typical Blizzard. Go ahead.
Charlie, you've played both. Compare it to probably the most popular League of Legends.
Most popular MOBA.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
there's just the feeling I get from it. You're not able to carry as hard in Here's the Storm. It's much more team oriented. Not that League,
League is all team
it
oriented.
is team oriented as well, but you can't, an individual player cannot carry it as hard as you would be able to in League of Legends because it's all team based. There's no items, so you can't have someone who's really farmed just carry like crazy.
There's no item.
It's all about the objectives on the map.
Okay, so there's no items that you can actually purchase.
No, there is build differences.
What about last hitting minions?
That's non-existent.
There's
The only reason to kill the minions is to farm experience. So
there's no
experience
goal on
is team wide.
and there's no denying from what I've seen. I don't know if anybody's a Dota player, but you can't deny either.
No.
I'm not a
Oh, you
Dota
can
guy.
deny
Purely
it.
play League.
Yeah, me and Sam are big fans of League. But
Yeah, that's all that we play.
I think
when
I
it
think,
comes to a MOBA.
Can you deny in League? Seriously?
No.
No.
No, you cannot.
What do you mean?
Like, okay,
Deny
is
if somebody's about to kill your minion, you could kill him before they do and take their experience from them, in a nutshell.
Oh yeah, Charlie. Just the other day in the LCS, what the team did was they got in between the other team's two turrets, and they were blocking them from getting any experience or anything like that. So that's denying, right?
No, denying
Yes.
in the context of
Experience.
MOBAs and Dota. For instance, in Dota and Here's a New Earth, you can literally attack your own minions and turrets or anything really, or even your other players. You can attack to deny the other player from getting the last hit goal.
Oh, so you can kill your own minions.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So in Dota,
Right.
it's really big that if somebody's about to kill one of your minions or whatever, and you don't want them to get that experience, you just whack them before they do. It's called deny.
Do you
just
have
deny that experience.
That's pretty cool.
Do you have-
Like I said, I've never played any other MOBA besides the League. So.
So I don't know who just interrupted who, but somebody's fucking drinking. That's
All right, I'll
all.
drink. Is Sam
I'll
talking?
drink.
He just keeps breaking up.
Yeah. I'm breaking up on the
Yeah, we
Can't
got
tell if Sam's talking or not.
the Sam slideshow going. There we go. You're back.
Slash, yeah.
So yeah, I think
Was.
Blizzard's gonna have a hit on its hand with Here's the Storm. And on a bigger note, I think this is gonna signal something different for Blizzard, where they're gonna start moving into this free-to-play sphere and just kind of dominating things. I don't even know, what other free-to-play type games are out there that they could actually step into? Because they're going into the
You mean,
first-person
type
arena
shit?
shoot. Yeah, they're going into first-person arena shooters. They're gonna lock down MOBAs. They've got fucking TCGs with Hearthstone, which is awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Hearthstone's. I've kind of delved into it, but I haven't played enough of it to really get a feel for the meta game or anything like that. So
I think I don't know. I feel like right now, GVG's not that old. It's a new expansion. I feel like there's a lot of it right now. It seems like every week there's somebody comes up with a new idea or something like that. So it's pretty cool right now. But I think it will get stale again until they come out with another expansion or something like that. Because for a while there, you were just seeing the same decks over and over again. So GVG kind of came in and shook things up a little bit.
yeah, and I'm sure experienced card players are used to this formula already, where things get stale and the meta gets stale until the new expansion comes out. I've never really been into card games though before Heroes of the Storm, so
I was into Magic for a while online.
is that the way Magic worked really?
Yeah, Magic was kind of like that. The difference with Magic and Hearthstone, which is the same with Heroes and say LoL, is that Magic's a lot more in depth. Games take a lot longer. There's a lot more strategy to it, and they kind of took that formula and simplified it till it's quick, dirty fights. There's not a lot to think about. I can play Hearthstone while I'm doing other shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that with Magic. There's just too much going on the screen. They really pay attention to. But I think they kind of nailed it, and I think you're right, Andy, that in typical WoW fashion, in typical Blizzard fashion, the second it starts to get stale, they're just going to spit out an expansion. It wouldn't surprise me, especially with a game like that. It wouldn't surprise me if they're sitting 3 expansions deep right now. Just wait until the rumbles in the forums build up, and then they're just going to slap another expansion out.
And interestingly enough, like the last expansion for WoW, MoP, I believe, had the longest time span between when new content was released.
It did.
And that is when the lowest dip in their player base was. So
yeah,
they
back
should learn anything from that. It's release more content.
They're back above 10 mil now, right? In WoW.
Right after the release of Draenor, they were. I'm pretty sure they haven't sustained that. Just from playing it and like seeing people leave, and I mean, just from what I can see in our guild, you know, we've had lots of people just kind of unsubscribe, I think.
I mean, that's kind of the cycle of shit, though, isn't it? Like,
oh yeah, it is.
Expansion comes out, you have a huge boom for like 2 months, and then it dwindles, and then a patch comes back, and you get a little bit of a blip, and then it dwindles back a little more, and then right around the time that everybody's calling death bells for the frickin' company, they drop an expansion and do the entire cycle over again. Like, that's kind of how it goes. I don't know. The WoW formula, I've been playing, I've been running. I got my Undead going, Undead Monk. But I don't know, man. Like, I've been playing Elder Scrolls Online and having a lot more fun with it. And in fact, truthfully, to be honest, Neverwinter I love more than any other MMO on the market, but it's got such a horrible, horrible payment model that I just can't play it anymore. It's like the combat's satisfying, questing satisfying. The game's epic, but man, you just feel like a gorilla is fucking taking you from the back every time you fucking log into that game.
Yeah, I played that briefly when it was first released, or in beta or open beta or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And the combat was fun, but I only leveled up to like 20 because at that point people were saying it was pretty much pay to win already. And
it is. And actually, in notes,
I'm assuming it hadn't changed. So.
No, it hasn't changed, but they are launching it on the 31st for Xbox One. So we'll see how that goes.
That could be interesting. Do you know if the player pool will be split or?
Yeah, Microsoft doesn't allow them to cross-platform anything. So it's going to be, everybody you play with is going to be on Xbox One.
Guys, I completely zoned out.
Nobody noticed. It's cool.
I was on the internet. Just browsing, and I just completely lost what you guys were talking about.
Don't worry about it. As long as we got a decent conversation going on.
No, I know.
So that's pretty much what's going on. What else? There's we got Sony selling off SOE, makers of EverQuest, H1Z1, Landmark, fucking some other garbage. What else? DC Universe Online, Dragon's Prophet, which is fucking horrible. I think they just published that though.
From what I mean, I haven't read into it much, but it sounds like a good thing to get away from a major company so they can kind of do their own thing.
Yeah.
It could go either way, like you said before.
Yeah, so here's what I'm gathering, because as everybody knows, I'm heavily invested in a couple of SOE games, from Landmark to H1Z1 and whatnot, which is actually playing behind me right now. But the name of that, did anybody else see that? The name of the fish and chip store was Trolled.
No.
Anyways, it's H1Z1. It's a little H1Z1 demo that's playing behind us. Anyways, so everybody knows that Sony is like totally floundering and dying right now. The only thing profitable they have is they are one of the largest insurance carriers in Japan, which doesn't affect anybody in America in the slightest.
Sony.
They make 80% of their money off of insurance. like life insurance, health insurance, car insurance.
Sony.
Sony, yes. So the next most profitable business they have is PlayStation, and that's pretty much it for profitability. They've sold off their computer division. They're selling off their TV division. They're selling off their cell phone division. And let's not forget that Kaz Hirai, who used to be the president of the PlayStation division, is now the CEO of the entire company. So he is basically whittling them down. They're going to keep Sony Pictures, Sony Records, and PlayStation. And that's all they're going to keep. Every other division that they own, they're getting rid of. So, and SOE was on the chopping block because they're not part of the PlayStation division. So, we'll talk about Sony in a second. We'll talk about what's going on with SOE right now. Basically, a company called Nova Investment something or other. It's an investment company. They bought SOE, reflagged them as Daybreak Games. And according to John Smedley, who's the CEO of Sony, it's going to be business as usual. The only difference is all the games that they had previously announced for PS4 are now also announced for Xbox One. But
Interesting.
yeah, but
Wait, whoa. How about the Fantasy series?
Final Fantasy?
Yeah.
No, that's Squaresoft. That's not SOE.
Sony just published it, right? Or something.
That was already on Xbox One. Final Fantasy 13, 13.2,
Oh, yeah,
and 13.3
you're right,
were all
right.
already on. Yeah. But
Said Final Fantasy PS4.
This doesn't affect Final Fantasy, same.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
nothing changes with Final Fantasy. So, but you will see H1Z1, which had previously been announced for PS4, will also be coming to Xbox One now. And DC Universe Online will be coming to Xbox One. Oh, they also do PlanetSide 2. PlanetSide 2 will be coming to Xbox One. So, I mean, it's a good thing if everything works out.
Sucks.
But then on the flip side of that, they fired 25% of their staff to include, what the hell was that guy's name? Jorgensen or some shit. Basically, the guy who's been in charge of the EverQuest franchise for like a million fucking years, Dave Georgeson. They fired his ass. So everybody's now starting to flip out.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead,
You know,
man.
in 2014, 2014, Nintendo was the #1 publisher of games. I did not expect that.
You know they got the largest selling console in history too, right?
Well, yeah, but this is like just for 2014. Just giving like Blizzard was #8.
That's
and
crazy.
Sony was 4. So I mean, it goes Nintendo, Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, Sony Computer Entertainment, Square Enix, Microsoft, Bandai Namco Games, and then Blizzard. I think that was a little bit surprising when I saw that.
Well, you have to realize how like, you know, long Nintendo.
I'm just surprised that Nintendo's at #1. Yeah.
I'm not. You know why?
Right.
You know why I'm not surprised? Because when Nintendo, like, let's all be honest, I have a Wii U downstairs, and it's a cool system. It's fun, but there's
you
not
don't use it that much.
there's
So.
there's not many games on it that I play besides Nintendo first party games. Even my son,
Exactly.
my son's 4 and he plays Mario. He plays Zelda. I play Zelda. You know, he plays who's the fat little pink dude? Kirby. He plays Kirby. Plays Donkey Kong. Those are all Mario, might as well be. Those are all Nintendo first party games.
What'd they come out with in 2014 that was huge? Because they were #4 in 2013.
They murdered 2014. They killed it. They had Mario Kart 8, which and realize like when they come out with a game, when Nintendo pushes out a game like Mario Kart 8, for example, right? They get like 80% market penetration. Like 80% of the people that own Wii U's purchase the game, and that's where their huge numbers are coming from. You know what I mean?
So you're talking about Sony? Okay, keep going. My bad.
Yeah. So
I'll
they
drink.
drink. So they get this huge market penetration on their first-party titles, which is what's given them massive amounts of money. It's why people have been screaming for Nintendo to go the route of Sega and go multi-platform and just ditch their console, because they would have quadruple those numbers if they would just push the Super Mario Party 14 or whatever the fuck's coming out. If they would just push that to Xbox and PlayStation and PC, and they would quadruple those numbers because their penetration is ridiculous. A Zelda game comes out, guaranteed. I'm calling it right now. What is it? It's February 28th. The new Zelda game that's coming out this summer will be Game of the Year. I'll put money on it. I'll put money on it.
Now, what I was going to say next is Sony 2013 was 5, 2014 they're 4, but you said they're falling. So is that just like recently happening, or?
No. Sony's been dying for a while. PlayStation is doing
But they
exceptionally
moved
well.
up from 2000.
Hold on, you're just
13,
looking at
2014.
PlayStation. PlayStation's a very
what I'm
small
saying-
part of Sony. PlayStation as a company, if you took just the PlayStation division,
No.
they're killing it. They're the only thing keeping Sony afloat. PlayStation's
But what I'm
killing
saying
it.
is they moved up from 2013 to 2014. They moved up from 5th to 4th.
Right.
So
how I'm saying
but you were
PlayStation.
talking about them falling earlier, but it seems
No,
like
no,
they're
no,
on
no.
the rise.
PlayStation is rising. PlayStation's killing it.
Okay,
Sony is
but the-
failing.
But that's what the publisher is Sony. It doesn't say PlayStation. It says Sony.
I know, but Sony's. I'm saying their TV division is in the black. Their Walkman division's in the black. Their computers division they've already sold off because it was in the black. They lost billions of dollars to a recall for batteries, for laptop batteries. They're getting murdered in the movie pictures because Spider-Man 2 was a flop. Spider-Man 1 was mediocre. The Spider-Man 3 prior to that was a flop. They had the huge debacle in hacking over the Seth Rogen movie. What was that? The Interview. So Sony as a company is failing. So Kaz Hirai, the president of Sony right now, the CEO, is basically like, well, PlayStation's killing it. They're amazing. They are putting up insane numbers. So he's like, all this dead weight, basically PlayStation is supporting all these failed portions of Sony. So Sony's just going to cut all that shit off like dead leaves on a tree and just prop up PlayStation, which makes me believe that that's the main reason. That they are. My son just totally derailed me. Thanks, dude. Makes me believe that that's the main reason that they're keeping the movie and the music portions of that because that supports PlayStation. And I feel like they're going all in to support PlayStation because that's their cash cow right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So, okay, that was the list of major publishers. Now, you want to guess who's number 1 for mid-sized publishers?
Mid-size publishers number 1. Holy shit, I have no idea.
Just take a guess.
Microsoft.
No, that was on the list of major.
Oh, they were on majors?
This is the smaller guys, You'll know it. I mean, Telltale Games is number 1.
Who is?
Telltale Games.
Oh, Telltale.
Telltale
Yeah,
Games,
Telltale's.
yes.
Do you hear Telltale talking about news? Telltale Games is coming out with, and I haven't read a lot about this, but there's a TV show coming out. And it's going to be made by Telltale Games, like a live-action TV show.
Really? No, I did not hear about that.
Yeah, I'm a huge Telltale Games fan, and I saw it in the news the other day. I didn't even read the article, I'll admit. I read the headline and drove on. But they're coming out with some kind of like partnership live-action TV series. So that could be interesting.
I'm not sure if I've ever played any of the Telltale games.
I've played
Telltale games.
damn near all of them. And Telltale's funny because if you play all the games they've made chronologically in the order that they've made them, they started off with, what was the first game that they made? Adventures in Monkey Island. They redid Monkey Island in a 3D thing. And you know what? It was mediocre at best. And then they did a Back to the Future game.
Oh, the first... Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I got drink.
Then they did a Back to the Future game. And the Back to the Future game was okay. Hold on one sec. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
Okay, not to go off topic or anything, but I just saw something that just blew my mind.
What?
Well, inform us, Sam. Why don't you?
What's that?
Do you guys remember Seacrest?
Who? Or what?
Brooke Seacrest.
Oh, yeah.
He just got sent to jail in lieu of $25,000 bail.
For
How
what?
about we don't talk about this stuff when we're having a gaming
No,
podcast?
no, dude.
All right.
No,
Just quickly, for what? That's all I want to know.
What? Oh,
Just-
for dry. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
The Seacrest crashed their Jeep when he was at Broad and Washington Street late this morning while allegedly texting and intoxicated.
Oh, God. Okay.
She was so hot, too. I hooked up with her a couple times.
Good for you, Sam.
What did I just
Thanks
walk
for-
back into?
Thanks for yeah.
Yeah, welcome back to the stream about video games.
Very
Thank you for
attractive.
derailing the whole
Bro, what I was
podcast.
gonna say, though, is-
Yeah.
Telltale Games was making games all the way back in 2005.
That was I think the first one was the Monkey Island game. That's the first one I remember from Telltale.
Well, the first one was Telltale Texas Hold'em, and then Bone out of the Boneville. I'm looking at a list.
No,
right
it
now,
totally
of course.
kosher. But I was unaware of their existence.
You're talking about Tales of Monkey Island. That
Yes.
didn't come out till 2009.
Yeah, that was the
Actually,
first
they
one
were
I was
making
aware
games for 5 years before that, or
That's
4 or 5 years.
Kind of impressive. I was unaware of that. Yeah. Did you know? Speaking of weird shit like that, did you know the Nintendo company is over 100 years old?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Didn't they start off? What did they start off making?
playing cards. They made these obscure
Playing
Japanese
cards.
playing cards.
1889.
Yeah,
Wow.
man. Man, you're just
That's-
Wikipediaing shit like a fiend over there, aren't
Oh
you?
my god, dude, I'm on Google left and right now.
Yeah, man. But yeah, they made playing cards for a long, long time. And then I guess since playing cards made them a games company, they decided to get into consoles, and the rest is fucking
Wow.
history.
2013, the number one mid-sized publisher was Konami. You know
Konami,
anything about-
really?
You know anything about their games? What came out in 2013 that was huge? Any idea?
No clue. I don't know.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that's their only claim to fame right now, isn't it?
Mm,
They might have more stuff than that. I don't know off the top of my hand, but I mean that's like that. Yeah, Konami. That's like their big deal is Metal Gear Solid. You know.
I mean,
Silent Hill series, you know, I just don't care about
did they
that
come out
one.
with another Silent Hill? I haven't played Silent Hill in years, man.
Well,
the
Dance
last one.
Dance Revolution, like
Are those still
yeah.
coming out?
I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, I'm not positive, but I thought they were still coming out.
My wife is huge into Dance Dance Revolution, but I haven't seen a DDR game in a long time. That's impressive, though. Good for them. Mortal Kombat X. Speaking of it, it's going on behind
All
me
right,
right
here
now.
we go. Let me see here. Silent Hill is recent. Metal Gear Solid and Winning 11, Pro Evolution Soccer. That's a soccer game. Yeah, I've played that before for like.
That's
PS2
probably
or something.
huge overseas, though.
Oh yeah.
Right. So what are we talking about right now?
We're
Konami
just
games
pretty
from
much talking about-
2013.
We're just talking about.
Publishers. Which
Game
publishers
publishers,
yeah,
yeah.
which publishers made the most money last year and kind of did the thing. You know who's murdering it right now? Activision. Oh my God. They're like the studio that can't fail right now.
What games did Paradox Interactive come out
Oh
with?
Jesus Christ, who's Paradox? I know Paradox.
You don't
I
even
know who they
I've
are,
never
man.
even heard of
Who
them.
the
Sam,
hell
why
are
don't
they?
you take this one?
They're number 2 on the
I don't
list, and
know
I've
who
never
they
even
are,
heard of them.
man. Yo, how
Says
are we talking
They're
about that
famous
new
for their
freaking
sandbox
champion in
style
League?
games. Because no one cares about
Sandbox,
them. That's what.
dude, okay.
Paradox.
What is your opinion on Bard, though, seriously? The Wandering Caretaker is revealed. That shit's crazy, man. He's gonna be OP as shit, especially in the LCS, man. Ridiculous.
Honestly, I mean, every other MOBA type game has that same kind of character, and he's
What,
not
with the AoE stun? Or,
I'm talking about with
AoE
being able to
Zanyas
travel
or
to-
whattever?
travel through walls and stuff like that.
Oh,
I thought that's what
you
you were
said
talking about.
AoE
with the-
Zanyas?
Lasagna.
Oh, yeah, the traveling through walls, too.
So
Yeah, it'll be good in competitive play, but when you talk about like solo queue rank and stuff like that, I think you're gonna run into a lot of trolls with that. People that are mad they're
Oh,
losing
yeah.
and then they just give up and they Zanyas their teammates or whatever.
So I
So
have
you're gonna run into problems with it, but
Oh, definitely. I understand that. What?
So I'm not a big League of Legends player, right? I was into Dota for
Yeah.
a while, and I'm playing Heroes now. But does League have characters that are tournament banned?
you mean that they can't be played like
Yeah.
in the
Sometimes
yeah.
they ban special characters if they have bugs.
Yeah, pretty much that's it. Like if a character is bugged or something like that, like Shen for a long time last year wasn't able to be played in the LCS because he had a bug.
Because he had a bug.
Yeah, so I mean,
Oh,
and,
alright.
just recently, like the one champion Sivir, she has a spell shield which blocks the next incoming ability, but it was also blocking the an auto attack
That's
if it hit
auto
at the same
attack as
time.
well.
So they found out too late. So they said, okay, you guys can still play. We found out about the bug too late, and then they fixed it quickly. You know, after that week.
Yeah. So they
So I don't
basically.
know-
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how they choose who to ban, like who you can't play and not, but they do that. Yes.
So it seems more
Yeah,
like
but
they were
this new
banning
champion-
people. It seems like they were banning people off that they considered exploitive, like they were exploiting the game. They had a bug that was kind of because. Well, my
Yeah, but
point.
You can also ban. You can also ban champions in champion select. I mean, every
Yeah,
league player knows that.
Each
Yeah.
team has 3 bans.
My point here was because I've been playing a lot of heroes lately, and the Lost Vikings have already been banned in tournament play, which is I find is funny that they have tournament play for a beta game, but that's neither
Are
here
they
nor there.
bugged?
No, they're
Or
not
is it
bugged at
because
all.
They're overpowered.
They're just not balanced. I won't say they're OP
Well-
or overpowered, underpowered. They're not balanced
Well,
at
you
all
can't
because
have
it's
an
so.
unbalanced champion in a game.
Yeah,
You can't have that.
The problem here is they literally took 3 champions, gave them to you as one hero, stripped them of abilities, have fun.
Right.
They're not balanced for shit. Like I can
Well,
literally
that's-
send one to each lane if I felt like it.
Well,
As long
that's
as I
the
could
difference.
somehow micromanage it, I can send one to each lane and have 3 guys. So if you had a
So
whole
this-
Keep-
what's that?
That's insane.
Yeah, you're literally. It almost feels like you're playing StarCraft when you try and play them. And I see why they don't have abilities because you can barely keep track of the 3 of them as is. You know what I'm saying? Much less try and fucking be
Yeah.
popping abilities with them and shit.
Well, that's the difference.
Yeah,
between...
but you know what? Somebody could have an outside source and control all 3 of those characters using a computer program like they do in WoW
No.
with
Not
Oh,
in competitive.
the
play.
most-
yes they can.
Most
They
de-
could do that. Though.
most
Well, what
definitely.
They do it in WoW all the time.
It's true.
Okay, what I
We have
was gonna
people like
say, though-
multi-boxing and shit.
That's the difference between Heroes of the Storm and
Type
League of
box.
Legends, though, because League is more balanced because it's been around for a longer time. You know what I mean? They know now when they come out with a champion how if they can do something, it's going to be way too OP.
Well,
or
let's not
whatever.
also forget that the team that makes League, Riot Games, is half of the team that originally made Defense of the Ancients for Warcraft 3. You know what I'm saying? So they are the
They-
original creators of Dota.
That's
You know
just
what I'm
giving them
saying?
even
Like,
more credibility, really.
yeah, that's my point. That's my point. That they really kind of got their shit tied together because they literally created the genre.
So when they come out with a new champion, it's not going to be nearly as broken as what you're explaining with this guy that you can get. Or,
I feel like
this
they
champion from Heroes is.
drink. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I got it. I feel like they went so outside the box that they kind of put themselves in a corner because I don't know how the fuck they're going to
Mhm.
balance these guys without just homogenizing it and making it one character, or at
Yeah.
least one controllable character.
I don't know. I just feel like this Bard character is going to be the ultimate troll. Like Kalista, we thought before she was in, but you still
But
have
see how well they
control over
controlled
all
Kalista?
pulled
Yeah.
into her.
They controlled it
Yeah,
so
they
well. And
control
that's what you
but
got to give.
Bard not going to be able to control it.
You got to
It's
give
an
Riot
AOE
credit for
Zanya's.
that. No, I know.
Yeah, they. I
The
mean, they
guar-
did. Like at first, I thought Kalista was going to be the ultimate troll, but now
Guarantee,
Bard is.
guarantee if they're having problems with that, they'll make it so Bard can only Zanya use you if you agree to it. I bet you they'll do something like that. That's how they did. That's what they
Yeah,
did
but
with Khaleesi.
How? Because your reaction time's not going to be as fast.
No. At the
Say
beginning
you're
of
in
the
a
game, you'd
situation
have
where
to.
Karthus down.
Okay, and at the beginning of the game, you'd have to agree that Bard can Zanya use you or something like that. I'm not saying they're going to do that, but I'm saying that's what they would do if it became out of hand with people trolling. You know what I mean?
That he can what?
The
I keep hearing lasagna.
Yeah, I guess
What
so.
the fuck are you guys talking
Lasagna
about?
is
Lasagna.
it puts you in a
Sorry.
it puts you in a stasis that you
Like,
you can't do anything, but you can't take damage either.
I don't know about you, but I want to be lasagna.
No. Zanya's Hourglass is an
Try
item
to-
in League of Legends that puts you in a stasis for 2 seconds that you can't be damaged, but you can't do any damage either. Pretty much just freezes you in place. And this character coming out has an AoE one of those that he can use on enemies or his team. So say you're like running away, he could just Zanya's you and you'd be stuck in place and then the enemy could kill you. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
That's the fear of trolling that Sam's talking about. But what I'm saying is they'll probably make it so if people are trolling with it, at the beginning of the game you say it'll ask you if Bard can use his ult on you or whatever. You know what I mean?
I feel
So,
like Dota.
That way
has
it
a
won't affect you
champion.
if you don't agree to it.
Charlie
That's
drank.
I've been drinking.
Yeah, I've been drinking too, man. I'm feeling good over here.
Hell yeah.
No, but I
I'm
feel
at like half
Dota-
this bottle right now. Look at that motherfucker
Dota
right
has
there.
a champion like that, and I'm pretty sure Dota's pretty competitively viable game. So
Another
I don't
week,
know.
it's supposed to be
You'll have-
45 on Wednesday. I'm excited about that.
45 degrees. Huh?
Yeah, dude. I work outside, so I'm all about the warmer
Man,
weather.
let's not talk about temperature right now, because I will fucking. I swear, there's 6 feet
How
of
we
snow on
talking
the
about
ground
this girl
outside.
who got arrested?
No.
No.
She's
Damn.
hot as shit, man. She's hot as hell. Arrested.
Well,
Like, what the hell?
Brett, why is the stream like so zoomed in on my face?
Look at Skype, man. That's the way your face is. What do you want? Look at Skype and look at you and look at Sam and
Dude,
look at Charlie.
Slowly moving in. I forgot, dude.
It's not
Like,
moving.
it didn't start out like that.
There's my hands, dude. It started out. There you go. You're a little better now.
Anyway.
So, what has everybody been playing lately?
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike. What's going on
Yeah,
in Counter-Strike? I haven't touched that fucking game.
The NA scene, actually, the whole Counter-Strike pro scene is kind of in like a weird situation right now where everyone's moving organizations, like, and just the teams are being scrambled a lot right now. And it's kind of interesting because there's a Counter-Strike major coming up in a couple days, which is the way Counter-Strike works is they have 4 major Valve-hosted tournaments a year, and each of them have a pretty big prize pool, and that's instead of having like one yearly world championship or something like that, they do 4 events a year.
Katowice.
Katowice is next, and it's going to be interesting to see, all the teams and what's going on. And I plan on betting some money, so.
Me too, man. Me too.
But yeah, Counter-Strike is really, it's only been growing, from what I can tell. More and more people are playing it. It's gaining viewership on Twitch every day.
I'm a big supporter of Counter-Strike. I think it's a game for competitive play and first-person shooter.
So, speaking of prize pools, did anybody see what like Dota 2's prize pool got up to last year?
Wasn't it $11 million for
Yeah,
the
dude.
international?
Yeah, dude. Like, am I the only one that thinks that's insane?
It is insane. And hoping that Valve will do something similar for Counter-Strike. Because the way they raised all that money was through Compendium
Right.
that players
I'll be
were
right
able
back,
to buy.
guys.
Yep.
Okay. And if they brought that to Counter-Strike, I feel like
Me
the prize
too,
pool
I'm
would
gonna
even
grab
be
another
bigger than Dota. Perhaps not, though. I mean, I haven't looked at the Steam statistics lately, but last time I checked, Dota was still the most played game on Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like that's only because League of Legends isn't on Steam. Like, I call
League of Legends is insanely popular.
I almost
Yeah,
went to the League of Legends tournament last year in Korea, and that didn't end up happening. And the only reason it didn't happen was because I got the dates wrong. It was like a half an hour from my house, 45 minutes from my house, and I got the dates wrong, and I was going to get tickets, and it had already happened. I was like, son of a bitch. I was gonna go like stream from there, my phone and shit, and podcast and fucking.
But yeah,
that didn't fucking happen.
I've been playing Counter-Strike as well, which is, I love that game. I've been playing it forever. But I've also been on a raiding guild in WoW, and we're currently progressing through Heroic.
How's that been
new
going?
Raid, Blackrock Foundry.
Because you took what, like a 3-year break, right?
Yeah, I haven't played really since. Well, I played when Mr. Pandaria came out, and I leveled. All I did really was level Monk to level 90.
Oh, you're playing a Monk, yeah.
No, well now I'm playing a Mage because when you pre-ordered, you get a free level 90 boost, and I did that for a Mage.
Yeah, I did that for the Monk.
No, the new raid's fun. Lots of fun mechanics. I mean, it's a Blizzard raid, so like you're gonna expect a pretty polished raid, but yeah, I think it's been pretty good so far.
Have you been in Steam lately? I can't find a way to find out who's playing what. Remember, you used to be able to get that little like line graph thing where you could see like who was playing what and how many people were playing and what games were being played.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
They changed that shit.
Community maybe somewhere.
Maybe it used to be on the homepage. You could just click this thing and it'd show you. I tried Steam streaming. That's interesting. There's no overlays and there's obviously no way to monetize it, but it was pretty interesting. Hey Sam, welcome back.
Hey. It's so bad.
Yeah, and also I've been just delving into Heroes of the Storm. My character level's only like 12 or something like that, so I haven't played too much or gotten into ranked or anything, but it seems like a pretty fun game. And This is coming from someone who spent thousands of hours on League of Legends, got burnt out on that. It's kind of reinvigorated my enjoyment of MOBAs, I would say.
It's that Blizzard magic, man. They've got a way of taking
Yeah.
all the tedious, like, boring
Combat.
parts of a game out and just nailing the fun part quick and hard. And that's why I'm, like, super ultra interested in what's going to happen with Overwatch.
Yeah, the Overwatch is definitely one of my most look forward to games that have been announced and not released yet. It's between that and Star Citizen, probably.
1 second, I'll be right back. We'll talk about Star Citizen. Hold on. Talk amongst yourself, guys.
Okay.
Hey Sam,
Yeah, what's up?
you want to go out for a little bit?
Tonight?
Yeah,
We're podcasting, guys.
I'd be down.
dude, I kind of want to go out for a little bit. I'm feeling pretty good right now, you know.
Well, so have you guys been playing any games other than League of Legends and Counter-Strike?
Yeah, I play Hearthstone.
Yeah, he plays Hearthstone. I
Yeah.
don't. I just play Counter-Strike and League, man.
Any single-player games?
Really fun game I started playing last night. It's only $1 on Steam. Is Orion Prelude. If
What
you haven't
is
tried
that?
it, I would check that out. It's
Never heard of it.
It's dinosaur. Pretty much you have like a team of 5, and you have to survive waves after wave of hordes of dinosaurs, and it's actually pretty fun.
That
was
was a
impressed.
cool game,
Oh
yeah.
my god, yeah, dude.
That was-
impressed with
I
it.
was impressed. How much is the game? I'm on Steam right now. Let me
It's
look it up.
99 cents.
Buy
Oh,
it.
shit.
Dude,
It was
they-
99
Buy it now.
cents.
Yeah,
Buy it
$1.
now.
They played that game
Buy it.
last night for like 6 hours straight.
Dude,
Dude, it
Buy
is
it.
fun.
we're going to play it after
All
this.
right.
The
Well,
game's
I'm
awesome.
buying it right now.
Andy, if there was like all 4 of us in that shit, it'd be epic.
Oh my! I'm so good at that game, am I not, Brett?
Yeah, you were murdering shit. I can't even say it. I typically suck like I do at everything else, but I had fun. But yeah, Andy was killing it. He was fucking killing
Processing
it.
payment as we speak.
Yeah, it was good. I was surprised. I've had a couple of them. Some I was streaming and somebody gave them to me, and they've been sitting in my Steam inventory for like a year and a half or some shit. And finally, I was like, Andy, you want a game? Here you go, free game. And we fucking played it, and I was like, holy shit, this shit's pretty legit.
I was very impressed.
You know what that game actually makes me want to play? Has anybody played Evolve yet?
No, I don't think I.
No, I've seen a couple people stream it and stuff. It looks interesting.
Kind of what this felt like. Well, I was in New York City not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago, and when I was in Penn Station, every single sign
Angel
and
moved in from
billboard,
Stoic Gaming by the
every
server.
single sign and billboard across the entire fucking thing was just Evolve, 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 Evolve. It was all over the fucking place, right? And yeah, man, I checked it out. Does anybody not know what Evolve is? Not familiar with the concept?
I'm not.
All
Oh
right.
yes, I do know.
Yeah,
I do.
so one guy plays the big monster, everybody else takes on a role and tries to kill the fucking monster. It looks cool, but I was like, it's an arena game. We might get sick of it. It get repetitive, blah, blah, blah. But after playing that dinosaur game, I'm like, fuck, man. Something like that might actually be pretty cool. And there's other
It's
modes.
pretty-
Sorry about that. There's other modes in that game. There's like, there's one where you can be the dinosaur and hunt other people and shit. And there's fucking capture the flag and all types of crazy shit.
It's a pretty unique game. I'm pretty sure. There's another one. I think it's called Depth, where you can be a shark, and it's pretty much the same concept but underwater.
Oh,
That's
you
kinda
know
crazy.
what? I saw a video on that. It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah,
honestly.
I would
But it's-
actually like playing.
That game was, I think it was pre-alpha or something.
So,
like really early in
that leads-
development.
It leads me to something else I wanted to talk about. What does everybody think about this new pay for pre-alpha bullshit that's going on? I'm not particularly against it or for it. I'm kind of sitting back interested. I do buy a lot of pre-alpha games. I kind of get a kick out of playing broken games. I don't know why, but what's everybody think about this whole trend to start charging people for a game that's halfway through development?
I'm not sure if I like it. Like, for instance, I'd put off playing H1Z1 until it comes free to play. Simply because I'm not really that interested in it if I have to pay for something that's going to be free later, and, you know.
What?
Even if it's a pretty good game, like, I just don't want to support that whole that model, really. Because, yeah, some games turn out to be pretty good, but other ones, like, will just fall. They'll be, they're empty promises, pretty much.
Well, and
I can-
here's sorry about that. Go ahead, Andy.
I was just gonna. I can say I haven't bought an alpha or beta game yet that's been completed, so I agree with Charlie on that. I'm hesitant to buy games like that.
And this brings up
I'm
a
trying.
point.
I know I have
Go ahead.
bought one. I think for instance, I bought Smite in the past, which actually turned out to be a decent MOBA, but I haven't played it in a long time.
I know you bought DayZ. Don't even lie.
I bought DayZ, and we all know that isn't turned out to be the best game.
Because why develop a video game when you can go climb a mountain? That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much my input on it.
I think I'm kind of torn because part of me likes. Let's not sugarcoat shit, right? This all started with Minecraft. All right, this whole buy into my alpha because I want to make a dope game and I don't have any money. All started with fucking Minecraft launching their alpha at like 1.1 or whatever, and everybody bought into it, or 0.11. So everything from there, it kind of became this model, and I was kind of in it when it was like the indie guys, and it was like the guy that made Super Meat Boy in his fucking garage, and he didn't have the money, but he had these great concepts, and he was a good coder, and I was kind of in it, you know what I'm saying? And even with DayZ, like it was this mod for this other game, and I was kind of into it, and then SOE turns around and goes, yeah, buy our alpha for our soon-to-be free-to-play game. I'm sitting there thinking, like, SOE's got hundreds of millions of dollars at their disposal. Like, they don't need the money, you know
Angel
what I'm saying?
moved in from
And the
Stoic Gaming by the server.
The first game that I played was, that I paid
Flappy.
for. No. The first game
Flappy
I paid.
Birds.
No. The first game I paid for from SOE like that was Landmark. And I paid for it. I guess it was different reasons in my head because originally, like when I bought like when I get like DayZ or any of these other games, it's because there's a developer that's working hard. He's busting his ass to make a game. I want to support that. You know what I'm saying? I want to support what he's doing. I want him to see that there's support, have the money he needs to develop his game. But with SOE, I know SOE had the money. I just wanted to fucking play the game. And it was like that for Landmark, and it was like that for H1Z1. Like, but part of me is like, man, like I feel like they're trying to rip off the indie scene and appear like they're an indie developer when they're not. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, hey, this is working for the indies, and I'm making a bunch of money, so we're gonna try and do this and see if we can make a bunch of money in the process too. Seems like a really weird way to do it, but I did want to fucking play the game. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I haven't.
Yeah, and the whole thing about Minecraft was, it was the first of its kind for a model like that, but they started off the game cheaper than what it would be at release, and so you're getting a deal and beta, like kind of testing for the developer, and it was like, it's a good game, and they delivered on it, you know? They
That's
came
true.
out with a release version, and it was great.
I don't know if I agree that they delivered,
Still is
though.
great.
I don't know if it still is great. I played it today, actually. I was literally playing Minecraft today on my PC and my Xbox. But I don't know if I would agree that it's great, because I feel like, and I'm really curious to see where Microsoft goes with it now that they own it. Did anybody realize that Notch pocketed $1.85 billion with a B billion dollars off of Minecraft? In his
Good for
pocket.
him.
$1.85 billion, and he bought this like $750 million mansion, or well, probably not. It was probably like $20 or $30 million mansion in fucking like California, and quit working at Mojang and is just living large now. He actually bought it out from under Kanye West and Kim Kardashian, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
They were looking at the house and he outbid them, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so I don't know, like I feel like playing Minecraft today, it's been sitting at version 1.8 for close to a year now. I don't fault them for the graphics. That's a decision. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I got it. But the interface, the options, I look at all the mods that are out for Minecraft, and half of them I'm like, why isn't this part of the game? Why aren't all these monsters in the game? Why aren't there dungeons and bosses in the game? You know what I'm saying? So part of me feels like they were kind of just going about it. But part of me also makes me think that that's just who Notch was. Hey, we lost Sam. Am I the only one that noticed that?
Yeah, we did. It's probably for the better.
And Andy's on the fucking phone.
Well, I guess it's up to me and you.
It's up to me and you, man. Cheers.
Cheers. I think the modding community is what kept Minecraft alive, and like Minecraft's, the developers, they kind of encourage the modding community, and I think it's important for any game like that.
You're absolutely right,
So,
and that's part of the reason I think WoW became so popular, because it was one of the first games of its kind to actually have mods like that. You know what I mean? Like, so
well, I don't. That's a whole different thing though. The WoW add-ons are only changing. They're not changing the gameplay.
they
Whereas
just changed
mods
the
for
interface.
Minecraft, yeah, mods for Minecraft can literally change the whole gameplay.
You're absolutely right, but I think
For instance, Terra Firmacraft, which is a recent mod
how about
that
the
came
Aether?
out, the Aether, other mod packs like that. So,
Yeah.
anything like on the technical side, like industrial craft or build craft, they just completely change the gameplay.
Well, I'll give you a good point then. How long ago was it that me and you were talking about that they were going to add
to LOL.
that they were going to add a modding API to the core game? Years, right? That was like 2 or 3 years ago, Rez.
Right.
Still hasn't happened. All right, it's planned for version 1.9, which isn't out yet. So and remember they hired all the guys from Bucket, and they were supposed to, and that's what I'm saying. Like a game that's pulling in billions of dollars, these things should have happened, and that's why I say like they've kind of taken their time. But that's kind of Notch. Like if you ever read any or seen any interviews with Notch, that's kind of who Notch is. He just kind of I'm going to develop a game and I'm going to make it as I make it, and this is my hobby, and I'm going to keep rolling with my hobby. So I don't fault the guy, but I kind of hope Microsoft doesn't get involved, but kind of pushes them forward, if that makes sense. I don't want them to take over development. I just want them to be like, hey, speed up here's more people, do what you got to do. You control them, but I want you to push the development faster.
Right. And the downside of that, though, is we've all heard, the qualms about like EA, for instance, and Battlefield, where we're pretty sure it's not the developer's fault that the game is fucking broken, but because of the publisher pushing them to do it, like they have to release, content that they're not extremely happy with. Whereas I think in the long run, all right, look at Valve, for instance. They work on Valve time, and that,
yeah.
But they also
Valve
produce
time.
the best games.
Yeah.
There isn't a Valve game that's come out recently that I don't absolutely love. I mean,
that's
Portal,
because we're all still waiting for Half-Life 3, and here leads into a good point, all right? There's a point where you have to just say, okay, it's good enough. You know what I'm saying? What happened to Half-Life episodes?
right?
Like, what? And you look at Valve, and I love Valve. I love Valve, but let's get it straight for a second. What do you realize? Valve fucked over like every PC manufacturer out there with their Steam machine last year by saying that by the end of the year they'll have a Steam machine out. All these people built Steam machines, and then Valve had nothing to produce for them. No operating system, no controller, no nothing. So Alienware went as far as to actually, they were like, fuck, we just put all the millions of dollars into this fucking Alienware Steam machine. So they launched it with Windows on it that boots into a custom, what's that controller version of Steam called? Big Picture. It boots directly into Big Picture mode on a Windows backend. So that was Alienware, who's technically Dell, I guess, being like, all right, we have to do something with all this dev time we did. But I feel bad for the guys like iBuyPower and all these guys that develop Steam machines, and Valve was just like, well, we're not done yet, so suck it the fuck up. But on the flip side of that, Steam OS is probably going to be pretty badass when it comes out because they took their time and did it right. Leading into another topic I wanted to talk about, what the fuck is with Oculus Rift? Because Jesus, we're pushing March 2015. Do we blame Facebook or?
I don't think Facebook is to blame. From what I understand, Facebook, they just bought the company because they, there's been none of the major faces behind Oculus have changed or anything like that. So
it's true.
I think they just are waiting on the technology, and they want to have the best consumer product that they can. They're waiting for Samsung to develop the screens. They've got a partnership with Samsung. That's why the Gear VR.
The Gear VR is already out. That's my point. It's already out.
Well, yeah, and it's a little bit of a different situation because it runs on a phone, so they're not like it's not.
If that's not the dumbest
idea,
idea,
quite the same experience.
What happens when nobody has Note 4s anymore?
Yeah, that's kind of an issue.
I can't
there.
believe it
But-
wasn't somehow like to me it should have been like where you bought this shell. It came with a shell, and you could buy other plastic shells that fit different phones, and that one shell slid into the side or something. That way, if you had like, and it could be just Samsung phones, you know what I mean? If you had like a Galaxy S5 or a Samsung Note, or overseas, like I just got back from Korea, dude. There's like 50 different types of Samsung phones. There's the Alpha, there's the Mega, there's the fucking Mini, there's a million different Samsung phones. I feel like they should have had some kind of universal system, because as I'm aware right now, you can only put the Note 4 in it, right? That true?
Yeah, from what I understand, yes.
That's fucking
And
crazy.
who knows?
It's
Maybe
a
they'll
weird
come
design
out with
decision.
a modular design like that in the future. But I don't. As far as the consumer version goes, though, that's going to be a whole different ballgame because it's going to be more standalone. Like you're going to have a decent computer, but it'll act as a monitor, and then I've never had a developer kit or messed with it. But
I have actually. I'll tell my experiences with
Yeah,
that in a second.
day one, the consumer version comes out, I'm buying it. I can tell you that.
Oh yeah, it's done. I almost bought Crystal Cove, the dev kit. I was really close to buying it. I got to play with the first dev kit.
Crystal Cove is actually not the dev kit 2.
Oh.
Crystal Cove is like the one that they...
Was it 2.5 or something?
Yeah, it's more updated, and that's the one they bring to the conventions now. And yeah, but we'll see how that goes.
Close enough.
The applications for virtual reality, if it comes to if it is as wowing as people have tried it have said, then it's insane. The applications that you come up with it.
This is what I'll say. I got a chance to play with the first dev kit, the one that's flat on the front. You know the one I'm talking about? So I got a chance, and all I got to try on it was the roller coaster thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the little roller coaster simulation.
Yeah.
And the sense of presence was insane. I actually got vertigo. You know that feeling when you're going down a roller coaster? It gave me that feeling. It gave me vertigo. The ability to look around, it does a really good job of tricking your brain into believing what's going on. But with that first one, you know what screen door effect is?
Yes.
It had a really bad screen door effect, which I guess they've pretty much cleared that problem up with their new screens. But it was impressive, man. It was pretty fucking impressive, I gotta say. I just wanted to come out. Valve just announced that next week they're going to announce Valve is putting out their own VR headset. So that's happening. And I just feel like
it's interesting because originally Valve said they're going to work with Oculus Rift to, use their headset or whatever. And I think that might have changed when Facebook acquired them. I'm not sure, but
I think Lucky Palmer, who is the CEO of Oculus, is such a psychotic perfectionist that he's going to hold on to the ball too long, and he's not going to put out a product, and everybody else is going to beat him in the market.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I know Sony's supposed to come out with their version as well this
Project
year.
Morpheus?
Yeah,
Morpheus. But the problem with Morpheus is it's PS4 only.
Right, and let's get real. PS4 is not going to have the horsepower to have the best experience.
No. Well, that was one of the things Lucky Palmer said too. He's like, computers just don't have the horsepower to push this shit yet. And he personally doesn't want it tied to a computer. He wants it to be a computer peripheral, but he wants it to have its own onboard power, its own onboard processor and graphics, and
right.
It doesn't
and that could be a possibility in the future, but I think they need to have one that does need a computer at first, just to have one out the door, like you're saying.
Well, and that's the question. Put it out the door, get people using the product, and then iterate. Every year or two, just come out with a new one. You know what I'm saying? An update.
Right.
So moving on.
I'm drunk.
Sam, yeah, I'm a little intoxicated. Sam and Andy have been kind of quiet.
Well, you guys were kind of talking. I was just letting you talk,
What's going on, guys? So we've reached our 1 hour mark. We did it. If I had an applause sound, I would add an applause here. Maybe I'll add one in after the fact. Yeah, we made an hour.
Is Sam even there?
Sam's dead.
He looks really pensive, like he's staring at his desk and reading a letter from a long-lost lover.
Hey.
He's like, I remember this girl. She was so important to me.
Yo, dude, this is crazy, man.
Are you reading about
So
that
crazy.
accident shit that you were reading about?
No, no. I was trying to. I was just doing shit on my phone, you know. Whatever.
Yeah.
I listened to the intelligent conversation you guys had, you know.
Work move to LOL.
You guys
Nice.
sound so professional when you're talking. I don't want to interrupt
Oh, me and
Dude,
me and
It's
Rez.
like mesmerized me, man.
you and Rez. Man,
Yeah.
you guys got it down.
It's like
Me and him
it's so
have-
intelligent.
Me and him been having fucking conversations like this for what 5-6 years now. It's been
Something
insanely
like that.
long. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a long fucking time. I think it was fucking. We were playing WoW like 5 years ago, and we're like, dude, we're wasted drunk. Like you miss those days of me where I'd be fucking shit faced, fucking main tank in a raid, and I'd fall asleep while I was fucking raiding. I'd be running against the wall while everybody's getting killed. Fucking
I'm
Resident
pretty drunk right now.
Rezinate
to
would be
honest.
screaming like, "Wake the fuck up, Brett! Wake up!" And I'd be like, "Yo, oh, I got it,
I
I
think-
got it,
I
I got
think-
this," and like half the fucking raid's dead and shit. And we'd be,
I think we should go to the bar.
yeah, that's a long drive for me, guys. Like, I don't know, man.
That's
That's
how
they're gonna end this.
You guys are in what,
Stepping out to
PA?
go to
I'm
the
being
bar.
serious, Andy.
PA? That's like
No,
a
I
fucking
don't.
8-hour drive for me, man.
Yeah.
And I'm already like, hold on, let's look. Here, I'll show it to the. I'm 2/3 of a bottle into a bottle of wine. I don't think I should be driving, man.
I drink about half of my red stag.
Damn.
It's a lot of fucking liquor.
Boy.
So
I had
So-
one beer.
So at this point, we would normally ask the people if we do a Q&A session. We talk to people and stuff like that. But pretty sure there's a grand total of 3 people watching the stream right now. I don't know who they are.
Really? We got 3 people watching?
There's
Really?
3 people watching the stream right now. So if anybody wants to ask any questions in the stream, you feel
I
free.
I feel like really famous.
We're Twitch famous. We did it.
Yeah. I
We
can't
did it,
believe we got
boys.
people watching.
4 people. We got a new
Yeah.
one. There's 4 people watching now. Or is that one of you guys?
Yeah.
We do.
Fine.
Go log on. We got 4 people watching the stream right now. So, yeah, if nobody's got any questions, I guess we can call this, at this point, a successful first episode of the Stoic Gaming Podcast.
Yeah, I had fun. We'll do
Sponsored
this.
by
I had
again.
fun. Yeah, we'll do this again next week. I think this went extremely
If you ever
well.
want to see me outside of the podcast,
We might even
catch
get
me on-
Andy in color next week, which would be
catch
amazing.
me on twitch.tv/TheDengler43.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's
Wait,
talk about
what?
where people can find people. So I'll go first. Obviously, everybody knows where to find me. I'm at twitch.tv/stoicgaming, youtube.com/stoicgaming, fucking twitter.com/stoicgaming. What else? We got a group in Steam.
Twitch.tv/TheDengler43.
And go ahead, Andy. You're gonna get your time to shine, dude. This is your
Yeah.
time. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Plug.
And drink,
Give 'em your plugs,
motherfucker.
man.
You ever want to see a pro Counter-Strike player, pro League of Legends player?
Watch
I'm right here.
Resonate. Oh, Andy. We're still on Andy here. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Andy. Where can people find you,
Yeah.
man?
No, all I got to stream twitch.tv/TheDengler43.
Awesome. Sam, where can people find you? Solis, whatever you want to be called.
Yeah, it's Solis 1991 on Twitch, man. And yo, come and see my stream, bro.
All right. And
Twitch TV/Rezinate.
yeah, Twitch,
Y'all gonna
Twitch
start
TV
stripping.
/Resonate. And then, so that's the show. So, yeah, join us again next week where we get drunk and make asses of ourselves once again. And, yeah, so signing off, Stoic Gaming Podcast, first episode. I'm Baz, Andy, Solis, Resonate, and I'll see
Peace
you guys
out.
when I see you. Later.